Kellyanne, what was my temperament yesterday?
Very calm, no temper tantrum. I told the Facts First crowd as they published that you were fuming, temper tantrum, rage, lost it, that's just a lie because everyone was young. So somebody had it on tape. But you were very calm, stood at the edge of the
They have it on tape someplace? Good. Mercedes, you're always a straight talker. You were in that room yesterday?
Yes, sir.
What was my attitude when I walked in?
No,
Did
you
I ever
were-
scream?
No, you were very calm and you were very direct.
Larry, you were there. What was my attitude yesterday at the meeting?
Mercy's right. Kellyanne's right. You were very calm, and you laid out the case.
Just out of curiosity, you were there. What was my tone yesterday at the meeting?
Very calm. I've seen both, and this was definitely not angry or ranting. Very calm and straightforward and clear.
So I think what we'll do, most of you know most of the people around the room, but I'm going to start with our Vice President. Where is our Vice President? Our Vice President. There he is. And I'll maybe start with Mike, and we'll just go around and just, you name your position, and then we'll ask these folks to go back and have a good day, and we're going to discuss our various reports. Mike?
Thank you, Mr. President, and just the greatest privilege of my life is to serve as Vice President to the President, keeping his word to the American people, and assembling a team that's bringing real change, real prosperity, and real strength back to our nation.
Thank you, Mike.
Mr. President, it's great to be here and celebrate this group. We are receiving, as you know, I'm not sure the rest of you fully understand the support with law enforcement all over America. They have been very frustrated. They are so thrilled that we have a new idea that we're going to support them and work together to properly, lawfully fight the rising crime that we're seeing. It's an honor to be able to serve you in that regard. You've set the exact right message, and it's being responded. The response is fabulous around the country.
Great success, including MS-13. They're being thrown out in record numbers and rapidly. And they're being depleted. They'll all be gone pretty soon. So you're right, Jeff. Thank you very much. Alex?
Mr. President, I'm privileged to be here, deeply honored, and I want to thank you for keeping your commitment to the American workers. This week is a full schedule for you, focusing on the American worker. We're very excited at the Department of Labor, and the apprenticeship program that you're going to be announcing, I think, is going to make a real difference. So, thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Mr. President, honored to be on the team. This last week, I had the great privilege to represent America at China at the Green Energy Ministerial. Good timing. They needed to hear why America was stepping away from the Paris Accord, and they did. And that America is not stepping back, but we're stepping into place and sending some messages that we're still going to be leaders in the world when it comes to the climate. We're not going to be held hostage to some executive order that was ill thought out. So my hat's off to you for taking that stand and for sending a clear message around the world that America is going to continue to lead in the area of energy.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's a new day at the United Nations. You know, we now have a very strong voice. People know what the United States is for, they know what we're against, and they see us leading across the board. And so I think the international community knows we're back.
Thank you, Nikki. It's true.
Mr. President, thank you for the kind words about the budget. You're absolutely right. We are going to be able to take care of the people who really need it. At the same time, with your direction, we were able to also focus on the forgotten man and woman who are the folks who are paying those taxes. I appreciate your support and your direction in pulling that budget together.
Thank you, Nick.
Good morning, Mr. President. It's good to be back in the United States. I actually arrived back this morning at 1 o'clock from Italy, and the G7 summit focused on the environment. And our message there was the United States is going to be focused on growth and protecting the environment. It was received well.
Good job.
Good morning, Mr. President. The intelligence community has never faced such a diversity of threats to our country in our lifetimes. We have men and women who are working 24/7, 7 days a week to make sure that we are on top of all these threats. It's a joy to be working with the people that I have inherited And we are going to continue to provide you with the very best intelligence we can so that you can formulate policies to deal with these issues.
Thank you, Dan.
Mr. President, it's a privilege to serve the students of this country, and to work to ensure that every child has an equal opportunity to get a great education and therefore a great future.
Thank you, Benson.
Mr. President, what an incredible honor it is to lead the Department of Health and Human Services at this pivotal time under your leadership. I can't thank you enough for the privilege that you've given me and the leadership that you've shown. Seems like there's an international flair to the messages that are being delivered. I had the opportunity to represent the United States at the G20 Health Summit in Berlin and at the World Health Assembly in Geneva, and I can't tell you how excited and enthusiastic folks are about the United States leadership as it relates to global health security.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President, as your seal on your staff.
That's true.
And it's an honor to be your steward of our public lands and the generator of energy dominance. I am deeply honored, and I am committed and optimistic that we can be both great stewards and be the world's largest producer of energy.
Good. And you can do both. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Rex? Mr. President, thank you for the honor to serve the country. It's a great privilege you've given me. Clearly, we are engaged with our allies to ensure that they know where our common interests lie, what our expectations are, that America will continue to be a leader, but they must do more. They must meet their obligations both from a national security standpoint, but also for creating conditions of stability, prosperity, and for our adversaries. We are engaging and will engage, but they have to know that we will be engaging from a position of strength to protect America's national interest, and we expect to make progress on resolving some of these differences.
Mr. President, it's an honor to represent the men and women of the Department of Defense, and we are grateful for the sacrifices our people are making in order to strengthen our military, so our diplomats always negotiate from a position of strength. Thank you.
Thank you.
President, thank you for the opportunity to help fix the trade deficit and other things. The other countries are gradually getting used to the fact that the free rides are somewhat over with. They're not happy with it, but I think they have a growing recognition of it. So I'm thrilled to have a chance to help you live up to your campaign promises.
Good. Thank you, Wilbur.
Mr. President, last week was a great week. It was Infrastructure Week. Thank you so much for coming over to the Department of Transportation. Hundreds and hundreds of people were just so thrilled, hanging out, watching the whole ceremony. I want to thank you for getting this country moving again and also working again.
Thank you.